Bonjour, bienvenue dans un nouveau blog. On va vous parler de Flynn Carson et des Nouveaux Aventuriers, une série que vous pouvez découvrir le samedi sur Sci-Fi. Et si on vous en parle, c'est parce qu'on a eu la grande chance, grâce à Sci-Fi, de rencontrer la vedette de la série et la vedette des téléfilms qui ont précédé la série, à savoir Noah Wyle lui-même. Noah Wyle, évidemment, c'est Urgence, c'est Falling Sky, c'est maintenant cette nouvelle série. Et quand on s'est trouvé face à lui, on lui a posé la question un peu traditionnelle, pourquoi avez-vous voulu reprendre ce rôle d'aventurier un peu à mi-chemin entre Doctor Who et Indiana Jones, alors que vous aviez tourné déjà des téléfilms fort sympathiques il y a près de 10 ans. On s'attendait à une réponse un petit peu, on va dire passe-partout, quoi, du style « oui, parce que j'aime le personnage, des choses comme ça ». Eh bien, pas du tout. Écoutez bien la réponse qui est assez longue, c'est une démonstration de anti-langue de bois, de comment se produit une série télé, des contraintes de production de droits d'auteur aux États-Unis, et aussi de comment on n'arrive pas à sortir d'une série parce qu'on est sous contrat. Écoutez bien, il y a plein de détails dans cette réponse, et vraiment, Noah Wyle est un chic type.
I was the last to embrace this concept of doing a series because I enjoyed making the films so much. And it wasn't my intention to ever stop making the films. We had an odd situation happen in the States where, because of the way we aired Librarian 2 and Librarian 3, with a 2-year gap in between, we broke a ruling that was in the Writers Guild, which allowed the entire property to revert back to the original writer of the original script for the first film. It was a man named David Titcher. And when David got the rights back, he didn't want to negotiate it. He wanted a big part of the pie. It was a difficult situation and lasted for 6 years, which is why we didn't make a film or anything for 7 years. Finally, after a long negotiation, we came to an agreement, and by that point, there was a lot of apprehension about whether the audience was still out there for this franchise. We hadn't made a movie in a long time. TNT was out of the movie business. They were really focusing on their original programming, liked the fact that they owned this property and could create a series off of it. My apprehension was that I don't know we could do the same quality week after week after week. You know, even though the movies were made relatively quickly, we had a long pre-production period and we were able to put a lot of production value into it. So I had some misgivings about committing to another series as well, having just finished at that point season 4 of Falling Skies with one more to go on my contract. The idea of going right into another 10-episode season without a break, trying to do something funny and have it different, it just seemed like an impossibility to me. So I was reticent to get involved. And then John Rogers came up with a concept that was about the only concept I could think of that I said, yeah, that could work. The idea that it's the sorcerer's apprentices, the idea that Flynn is constantly out there working on this large mission to bring the library back, to tether it back to reality, to find Judson, to find Charlene, to fight good and evil, while the librarians in training, the acolytes, the assistants, the new generation, who each individually has a specific gift and together make up somebody like Flynn, but so they constantly have to work together as a team, but they don't like each other and can't work as a team. I thought that has a tremendous amount of dramatic possibility. And we have the ability to allow Flynn to be an anchor to carry the season along, but not necessarily put the entire season on his or, more importantly, my shoulders. So they wrote the pilot script, which to me felt like Librarian 4. It read like a film, and the mission this time, instead of getting a relic, the mission was to retrieve the librarian candidates who were being assassinated one at a time and bring them in, even though they're premature and even though they don't necessarily want to be librarian candidates. That became the mission, and a wonderful backdoor pilot to this series. So once I saw that we could shoot a good pilot and get the show up and running, and I got a sense that the ensemble and the characters each had individual voices, then I just committed fully. And once we started filming, it was like putting on your favorite jacket and then finding $200 in both pockets, you know, and the number for the girl that you always wanted to come on. It was like everything I ever lost that I wanted to find again suddenly was in this coat, and I just had a ball.